Welcome to the Women on the Rise podcast. I'm Jen Blandos, and I am so excited to share with you that for the next 30 days, I am introducing you to 30 of Female Fusion's members from around the world. They're going to share with you their stories of entrepreneurship, their highs, the lows, what inspired them to get into business, which I hope will inspire you along your entrepreneurial journey. Welcome to another episode of our special feature of the Women on the Rise podcast, where we are speaking with 30 female entrepreneurs from Female Fusion and listening to their inspiring journeys. And today I am joined with Theresa Tsui, who has a social enterprise called Skills 3. Welcome to the show, Theresa.
Thank you, Jen. Nice to be here.
You were one of our founding members of Female Fusion, so we've gotten to know you and your business quite well.
Yeah.
For people who don't know you, maybe you could explain a little bit about who you are and what Skills 3 does.
Skills 3 is a purpose-driven organization, social enterprise, and we are focused mainly on creating livelihood for women from disadvantaged communities through sewing. So a very low-tech skill, but with a high impact outcome.
So Skills 3 has been operational for how many years now?
I did the maths this morning, 2018. So
2018.
What's that? My maths is pretty rubbish. 5 years, 6 years? Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
And if we could explain in a little bit more detail what you're doing. So basically you're working with a number of disadvantaged communities and teaching them how to sew.
Yeah.
And then whatever they sew that they're able to sell, and that gives them a livelihood.
Yeah. It really is a learn and earn model. We work with organizations to reach these women. We don't teach on a one-to-one basis. It's an organization has to identify the community, and then we go in and we're the implementation partners. So what that means is that we just deliver the methodology, and the methodology is ours. We've developed it over the years, and it's a fast-paced workshop. Bypassing books, which is super important. The women that we work with really don't have the time, not that they don't want to, but I think the longer they sit and learn, the slower it is for them to earn. And so the main thing is, it's a very practical class. Within the first lesson, they're already sewing. The sessions are about 5-6 hours long, and in that they're learning to sew and make a bag. And so from the outset, from day one, they're already doing something. And as for the earning part, that comes in session 3. So you can see how quickly that is already. And the products they make are products that we design. So our background, there's only 2 of us in our organization. We have a design and marketing background. So the design side is really useful. We develop the products according to the progress that women make as well. So their skill level. So we try to also make sure that they're not pushed and rushed. The products they make, they get paid out straight away. And that's super important for them to look at the earning side of it all, because that's what incentivizes all of us, whether we have a job or whether we're women like the women that we work with. But it's not just, they don't work for us. I don't want to make that really clear. We're all together working together. But with the skill of sewing, they can work for themselves on a barter system if they don't have the means to pay each other, or even on a payment system, whether that is making clothes, whether that is hemming alterations. They can work for other people as well. If they do find that they're able to do that, they can go and find work on their own. They can start their own business and also still continue working with us. So they have all these avenues to work. In our programs, it's really important for us that we also teach them entrepreneurial skills. So like basic business skills. When we work with them and they're working with us, they're protected in some way. But when they go out to work on their own, we make sure that they understand things like pricing, basic accounting, so profit and loss, how to cost up materials and how to make the final total of how much they should be charging for their work and for the things that they sell. So combining all of that, they do earn a decent amount. Some of them earn more. It's down to how hard they want to work. The incentive is the money. The more that they sew, the more that they make, the better they get. And
well, it's just like being an entrepreneur and running a business
exactly,
as well, right?
Exactly. So they're all little mini entrepreneurs. Oh, they're not mini, they're entrepreneurs full stop. Currently, we've got about 50 women that have gone through the 2 programs, but on a larger scale. Since we started Skills 3, we've worked with 750 or so women.
Wow.
Who have now been able to sew. And that means a lot, because for them, that's a ticket to livelihood.
Yeah. Now, I would love to talk a little bit about your business and look under the hood of that, because we have a number of entrepreneurs, even within Female Fusion, who want to set up a social enterprise or who do have a social enterprise, but find that very challenging, because when you have a social enterprise, making a profit can be difficult. Negotiating pricing with people can be difficult, because you'll have people say, but you're a social enterprise, so why are you charging me? You should be free, or you should be cheap.
Yeah.
How do you manage that? You've been doing this longer.
I like how you open that with the word business, because it is. We are a business. We are profit making, except the difference is we are a business that chooses to work in social impact. We really believe you can be a business that does good, that makes money and does good. Before I came into this, I was doing a similar job. It was exactly the same. I was still making money. I'm still a business. The difference now is there's a different outcome. And that is the small little pivot that I had to make. Yes, you're right. People do believe that if they use the words social or charity in the same sentence, there's a little bit of shame or embarrassment around saying, I have a rate card, or here's my rates, or this project will cost you this much, or you're looking to spend this much. People do feel that if you're a social enterprise, that you're a charity. But, we can't pay our bills and survive and put food on the table with a feel-good factor. That's pure and simple. How we navigated it was we just stood our ground. You're going to put a price tag to everything, whether it's advisory, whether it's things that need to be made, or whether it's a workshop. All these things have a price tag in real life. I'm not saying that social enterprises are not real life.
Of course. But
that's the way we got around doing it. And we started our business. Yeah, we are a business.
So what do you do when you get asked to work for free, or asked to work for something which is not going to make you any money? Do you simply just say no, or how do you navigate that?
No. We never always say no. It's on a case-by-case basis. Doesn't mean to say like the floodgates are not open now, everybody. So like we work for free.
Free doesn't pay the bills.
Free doesn't pay the bills, but sometimes we look at the outcome. If it's a case where it's an opportunity that would have cost a lot for us to do, or we'd never get in the first place, we look at it that way. And also we do believe in helping out where we can. We have reduced rates where we can. Those who can afford to pay, we believe should pay.
Yes.
Fellow entrepreneurs, we'll take a look. Sometimes it's a barter.
Yeah.
You can help me too. And we believe in that. So whilst we don't advocate working for free, I think it's on a case-by-case basis. But, we have got quotas. We have got KPIs like every other business. We have to reach a target. We've got overheads. We don't have staff, but, we have ourselves to pay. We've got equipment to buy, materials to buy. You can't do that for nothing. And also, if you're going to be using the feel-good factor, companies use us, say, for instance, if they want to use that as a feel-good factor, they should pay for that. It's going to
Absolutely.
Cost. Yeah, like every other thing, marketing, PR, all the things.
Definitely. And you mentioned something that's quite important too, is knowing your numbers and knowing how much everything costs. So then that also gives you the tools to effectively negotiate on pricing as well.
I can't say that it came naturally. It was very difficult at the beginning. We definitely underpriced ourselves, and we were always embarrassed to talk about money. I don't know what it is.
We shouldn't be embarrassed about money, right?
Not at all. But the more we spoke about it, the more comfortable we became, and we just can say, like, this is how much it's going to cost. Here's the rate card. Like, yeah, but, not really quite sure. We got a budget. Also, we really want to work with you and blah, 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 blah.
Well, who wouldn't if it was free, right?
Right, yeah, exactly.
There's a cost.
Sure, I'll work for free to help you make money. That's a really good outcome.
Yeah.
At the beginning, it was difficult. Knowing the numbers and being able to put a price to it has really helped. Then there's no ambiguity. Simply, how much will it cost? It's how much it's going to cost. I would like these bits, but not that part. Sure, there's a price tag to that as well. So I think being able to say those numbers straight away and confidently really has helped. And going forward, I think there's still work to be done. There's always work to be done on that part, but for now it works.
So I guess for those social enterprises that are struggling with that really knowing their numbers to be able to effectively price something and add a profit onto it as well, because part of it too, you need to pay yourself a salary, you need to retain profit within your bank account. You can't just price it for exactly how much it will cost you. That's not right either.
It's about being comfortable. Yes. Stating what it is. And actually also, sometimes it's just as simple as stating your theory of change or what they can hope to achieve by working with you and keeping it simple. I think at the beginning, a lot of entrepreneurs feel they have to justify, explain, and try and convince. But actually, you know what? If you want to work with us, you want to work with us. We're not gonna try to convince you otherwise. We'll explain what we do. We'll explain all the things around what we do. But that ultimately, the choice is down to them.
Well, because you're so niche as well, that you don't have many people. I don't think you have anybody doing what Skills 3 does.
No.
So that's also in your advantage as well, and the advantage for a lot of social enterprises that we have as members within Female Fusion as well. Nobody's doing what you're doing. You've created this business because there's a gap in the market.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yes.
Really. When we tell them what we do, they're like, well, we can go elsewhere. It's like, sure. And we know that eventually all roads lead back to us. What we don't like hearing is that they've spent money, wasted time, and not got the outcome by pursuing the leads that they feel would cut corners. And then it comes to us, it's like a Frankenstein model by the time it comes back to us. And then it's like a Humpty Dumpty mission to put back together again. So that's really difficult because by that point, it's... we could have gotten there a lot quicker with a lot less pain. It is a niche, but it's the more of us that do it, actually the better. And I think that's one reason why we're still in it, because we really believe in it. We really believe what we do. We're passionate about what we do, over and above everything as well. The bit that drives us every day is the people that we work with.
I love that within business, when you have a business that is just, you love it and you see the change and the difference that you're making in so many people's lives. Nothing
has changed business-wise. We still do the same thing every day. Yeah. We get up, we do the numbers, we do the admin. But the bit which is different is the outcome. So it's I think a lot of businesses or entrepreneurs who feel like they want to do that. That's the bit they're worried about. Like, how will I reach my targets, or what am I doing? I think it's just bit by bit. And I think that part is as long as they focus, no mission drift, just making sure that they focus on what the outcome is. The rest of it all it's just business. You still need all the business skills.
Yes. And business skills are essential. Right?
Yeah.
You also do a lot of partnerships and collaborations.
Yeah.
What are your secrets to success for that?
Working with them at the rate that they want to be worked with. So again, not squeezing the price or not trying to tell them, hey, you know, working with us will get you exposure, or work with us and you make you feel good. We really value what they do. So we work with them in that way. And through Female Fusion, we've had quite a few collaborations. One of them was, we didn't realize at the time, we needed a piece of art, a very unique piece of art, a sculpture that had to be made. And so we got a couple of recommendations, but when we turned up for the meeting, it was one of the Female Fusion members. And so it was really nice to work with someone who's been in the network, and they delivered a really amazing piece of artwork, which is now sitting in one of our corporate clients.
Wow.
Another one also is things like venue partners. You know,
Yeah.
I feel that it is good to support. But there's some really great entrepreneurs and business owners on Female Fusion who have great venues, and so we've worked with them to blah blah. We've been to so many mornings with them, and it was a perfect venue when we had to do something for ours for a client event, and that worked really well.
And we love that as well with all of our partners, that they're so supportive of all of our members globally, that anything that they can do to support our members, and especially they're very passionate about some of our social enterprises as well and helping them out. So I'm so happy that you benefited from
and I
that.
think, you know, being a member as well, or just looking at Female Fusion, it's like a directory at your fingertips. You can, it's your Google.
But like a vetted directory as well, right?
Yeah.
That you know that people aren't going to recommend somebody who isn't good, because also as well, if somebody does a bad job, they're going to have to face you the next time they see you. Somebody's not going to do that.
I know, and it's things like payment, for instance. You know, why would you want to be ripped off by a fellow member?
Doesn't happen.
Corporate gifting has been something that's been really good for us, actually, through Female Fusion.
Oh, actually, you brought one of your bags with you today. I would love for you to show it, just since we have videos.
Yeah.
So explain the story of the bag.
Okay, so the story of the bag. This is one of our. This is one of our products, and it's a super bestseller. By the way, you know, our retailers also have our fellow enterprises too, and I believe that one of the members actually is heading up the Jumeirah Mosque, and so our retail partners, Jumeirah Mosque, Sheikh Mohammed Centre, Hotel Indigo downtown. These products are super relevant because we believe it's not just about the bag. It's not just a bag. It's the story it tells. And bringing a piece of the UAE to the world. The Sadu is, I would say, the significant fabric. It is the UAE fabric, and the Sadu tells different stories. There are about 25 to 30 weaves, and they belong to different families, different tribes, different countries within the UAE and GCC. And each of the patterning is different, but this particular one is a UAE one. Also super important is that we've got our tag inside, but it's not just a tag. I'm not sure you can see how close up it is, but the women that sew the bag, they put their name to it. It gives them ownership. It gives them agency to the product they've made.
The story.
Yeah, but also we also know that once they put their name in the bag, they feel really proud. The women that we work with, they do lead challenging lives. They have a lot of children to look after. They're not able to go out to work. But with the skill of sewing, they can do it. It's a home-based business. It's socially acceptable, culturally acceptable, but has massive potential. But this just sends them their work out to the world, and they really love it. And we saw productivity ramp up when they could.
Incredible.
Anyway, so this is the bag. And it's made by all the women. They all learn to make this, and this is just one of about 15 core products. And in and around what they sew and what they do, if they find themselves, let's say, with time that they have not got from other work, they can just carry on sewing. So we always have our stock replenished, and so that we're not trend led in any way. But it means that our stocks are always at a level, because we've got up to 50 women sewing at any one time, the core products.
Fantastic.
Which for them is just like their basic money, revenue generating ideas. But also sustainability is super important for us.
Yeah.
We have, because we have a design background, we can rethink when things go wrong. So the bag is as is. If it goes wrong, they cut it up, because making mistakes is part of learning.
Yeah, like any business as well.
And if they've sewn it incorrectly or badly, they cut the bits down. You can see it already kind of cuts down.
And make it smaller.
And to make it smaller.
Bag.
And it gets smaller and smaller.
It's like a little nesting doll. Fantastic.
Yeah, a little nesting doll. The side bits get turned into yoga mat straps.
Look at that.
The even more smaller side bits turn
smaller
into
keyring.
Yeah, keychains.
Is there even smaller? Or that's the smallest?
Well, no, heart.
Oh, a little heart.
Yeah. So that's the products that we make, and they're retailed with all our partners, and they're really popular.
Absolutely.
I think that people just really love the idea, not just a story. I think the quality of it all and the design of it, I think really makes the bag a really perfect gift.
Well, Theresa, thank you for all the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
And the support of just helping women who wouldn't necessarily have an income have the freedom, the ability to take that back and to have some control over their lives. So I feel very honored to know you, and I feel very proud of all the work and the growth that you've had within Skills 3. So thank you very much, and thank you for being part of Female Fusion.
No, it's been a pleasure, and it's always great to read about other people and what they're doing as well. So I'm looking forward to more of these collaborations and seeing what's out there. Thank you. Thank you, Jen.
Thanks for listening to the Women on the Rise podcast and our 30 most inspiring female entrepreneurs. If you are inspired by today's episode, why not come and join us in Female Fusion? We would absolutely love to have you. This is where you will be able to connect with the most incredible female entrepreneurs who are all committed to building a most profitable business. All you need to do is head over to femalefusionnetwork.com/join. I look forward to seeing you on the inside.